Good morning, folks. SpaceCoastMedicine.com TV, calling from live from the great outdoors in Titusville, Florida. We're very pleased to be here at the Space Coast Cancer Center and Moffitt Cancer Center second annual Survivorship Summit, which is quite a mouthful, but it's a wonderful event, and we're here with some amazing people, one of which is stood next to me, Dr. Sproles. This is the second annual event. Could you tell us a little bit about the purpose of the event and what we're here to do today?
Well, in cancer, we are curing more and more people, and there are more and more survivors, and there are more and more issues for survivors because they're living longer. And to share information about cancer survivorship and planning for survivorship is an important issue in oncology today. And so this is part of helping to bring survivors together, to build their consciousness about surviving, and to have them be a resource to each other and to the community.
Well, it's a wonderful event. Some experts here this weekend, I think, Doctor, talking about the various issues. Could you tell us who's here and who's presenting?
Dr. Jacobson from the Moffitt Cancer Center is talking about psychological, social, and physical issues regarding survivorship. I'll be talking about the molecular age in cancer treatments, and Dr. Bryant will be speaking about radiation therapy in cancer treatment.
Fascinating. Well, for those of you who like some more information, come to SpaceCoastMedicine.com and obviously contact the experts at the Space Coast Cancer Center. They'll be happy to help you and give you some more information. Well, Dr. Sproles, thank you very much. It's a wonderful event again by Space Coast Cancer Center, and thanks for having us here today.
Mr. Malone.
Thank you.
Talk to you later.
Hello, everybody. We're coming to you live from the second annual Survivorship Summit for Space Coast Cancer Center. With me right now is one of the survivors who's going to be speaking shortly, Mr. Kurt Erlenbach. And Kurt, it's a pleasure that you could spend a little time with us. And
glad to be here.
Great. Could you give us a little background about your association with Space Coast Cancer Center? And of course, you just explained to me you biked over 11,000 miles in recovery.
I started with these folks in 2003 and spent more time there than I care to recount. But it's been a long time and a lot of years. But I'm coming back here. Seems to be the place to go.
Right. Well, tell me a little bit about your biking. I know that you mentioned you biked over 11,000 miles.
Well, when I got sick, I read a study that showed there was a inverse correlation between physical activity and the return of colon cancer, and so sort of took that to an extreme and started bicycling, and I now aim at about 100 miles a week or so. And back in June, I hit 10,000 miles, somewhere over 11 at this point.
Well, that's incredible. You're going to be speaking shortly here to the crowd. What's your message going to be for them?
Well, the message, a lot of us that have been through all of this, we feel, and I feel uncomfortable about all this. I mean, it's not pleasant to think about. Those of us who are here, it's great, but there are a lot of us that aren't. And sort of the survivor's guilt, I guess, is the sort of topic that I'm going to be talking about in a little bit.
Interesting. Well, thank you very much for your time, and we'll look forward to many more return visits.
Good.
Welcome back, folks. We're again at the second annual Survivorship Summit up here at the Space Coast Cancer Center. And with me is Teresa Scherer, a cancer survivor and a speaker here today to inspire everyone. And could you tell us a little bit about your message for the audience here today?
Well, as a cancer survivor times 5, I hope for the best in life, and I always expect the best to happen. I try and stay positive. And I work a lot with the American Cancer Society, and they also encourage hope. Their theme is, one birthday at a time, and birthdays are good.
Indeed,
and I like my next birthday.
Well, let me ask you this question. We talked a minute ago a little bit about you've got quite a long history.
Yes.
With cancer, dating back to 1965.
Yes, sir.
And perhaps you could talk a little bit about your road you've traveled.
Well, in 1965, people didn't talk about cancer, so you were pretty much on your own. We've evolved. Listening to Dr. Bryant today, hearing about the strides we've made in cancer research and treatment, again, I'm encouraged and I'm hopeful that I've gotten through Hodgkin's disease, cancer of my mouth, not being a smoker. I've gotten through skin cancer and breast cancer. And I can't thank Dr. Levine and Space Coast Medical enough, because evolving from 1965, when you didn't talk about cancer, to walking into Dr. Levine's office and saying, this is information you need to know, and being there, just being there and being encouraging and giving me hope, I can't say enough good about them.
Yeah, this is a fantastic program here today. It's very, very informative. Yeah, your message today to our audience is certainly you're a survivor times 5. Which is an incredible thing. So your message is going to be keep the faith, right?
Keep the faith, pray, stay hopeful, and always do research. You're in charge of your own body. You're in charge of what happens to you. And the doctors are wonderful. I had my mastectomy at Moffitt, and but you're ultimately in charge of your body, and you need to take care of yourself.
Well, Teresa, it's been a real pleasure to speak with you. You are an inspiration.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, welcome back. Again, we're at the 2nd Annual Space Coast Cancer Center Survivorship Summit. And right now with me is another one of our speakers that's going to be speaking about survivorship. Actually went through it herself, Miss Rosemary Herring. And Rosemary, it's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you very much.
Listen, could you tell us a little bit about what you're going to talk about to the crowd today?
Yes, I wanted to let them know that I am a 5.5-year cancer survivor. I have multiple myeloma, which is cancer of the bone marrow. I had 2 bone marrow transplants up at Shands in Gainesville. I had worked as a nurse up at Shands at the time, and I was diagnosed in May of 2004.
Well, could you tell us a little bit about Space Coast Cancer Center and your care?
Yes. After my transplants, I moved down to Titusville and I started to go to Dr. Levine at the Space Coast Cancer Center, and I started a support group there for multiple myeloma. And we meet every second Thursday, and we support each other, and we know that knowledge is power. And we're just there for each other, and we're so grateful for Dr. Levine and Barbara Prisco. They're wonderful, and that's really basically it.
Well, congratulations on being an inspiration to us all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.